Hello, my name is Tyler Sales. I know for a fact that everyone here today has looked at someone and thought how he or she can be better than the person that they're looking at. Or when randomly just in thought, they look at someone and they're like, man, I wish I could be exactly like them. Well, whether it's about getting into better shape or just becoming a better person in general, it's very common to be wrapped up in getting better. Now, over the past 2 years, I have not kept my same weight. Originally, I started at about obese when I was a child. I was very big. And last year or a year before that, I lost 50 pounds in the span of 2 months. And I just really wanted to show that I could do it to get better. And we all want to be the best person and live the best possible life for ourselves. And we have a desire to be great. But sometimes that desire can be what stops us from becoming great. And today I'm going to tell you all about my shortcomings of greatness. Now, first, I would like to explain Aesop's fable, The Four Oxen and the Lion, to show a terrible and very drastic instance of falling short of greatness. And second, I will share a story of my own, and thankfully mine doesn't end like theirs. Okay, to get us started, let's focus on Aesop's fable, The Four Oxen and the Lion. Aesop's story, The Four Oxen and the Lion, is a fairly unknown story, so allow me to share this story with you. As we're told by the website Aesop Fables, retrieved on January 31st, 2026, Aesop tells of a group of four oxen that stick together to protect themselves from one big lion in the middle of a prairie. Well, now picture four oxen in your head. You got to think right next to you, they're huge. So you got to think if there are four of them defending one lion, that lion is never going to beat them as long as they stick together. Well, anyway, whenever the lion attacks, the four oxen go tail to tail. And that just leaves them with their horns right at the lion. So no matter where the lion attacks from, running in a circle, can't get to the oxen. Now, ultimately, the four oxen have a huge argument, and they just split up to separate parts of the prairie, and that was their shortcoming of greatness, because the lion just went through and went and attacked and picked off them one by one by one by one. Now, following that unfortunate turn of events, let's take a look at my example. So, from about the start of second semester freshman year, I wanted to look better. And now I'm sure most people, obviously want to look better during high school or just have some problem with their appearance. But for me, I was just tired of being bigger than everybody else, per se. And as I mentioned before, I lost 50 pounds in the span of 2 months. Well, that was actually just the start. So I ended up getting down from 235 to 185. And I just loved how my body changed and how I started to actually look better. And through that, like 2 weeks after that, I had lost 10 more pounds. And then my body weight eventually just kept fluctuating. And since then, like my weight has fluctuated like crazy. I'll go from anywhere down to 175 up to 225. And it's really just all about my body and how well it's responding to how much I'm working out, and also remembering how I hated being big and the shame that came with it. But in honesty, I forced my body and mind past limits that I didn't know were possible in order to be normal. And I live with the consequences of those actions now. So, but the ultimate outcome of me wanting to better myself or fix myself is I did it and my body looks much healthier, but there are also some underlying consequences that you couldn't see from the start. But I have learned that getting better isn't always about appearance or actions. It's rather just the choice to get out of bed and do your best every single day. And it seemed like everyone cared about the weight before, but after it was lost, I realized sometimes some people are just unable to be pleased in all reality. And in summary, as I explained, Aesop's fable and the retelling of my personal experience, aka the desire to change and to be better, will always be there for me. However, it's how you change that matters in all reality. And in the end, it's always good to be better and to change for being a better person for yourself, but don't change to the point where you cannot find yourself at all. Thank you. Are there any questions from anyone?